This is tricky. This is my play Cupid. I brushed her hair. I haven't washed it. And the grease kind of helps it keep its shape. I really should have done it before because it was very flat and wretched from being in a box. Like I said, this is my play Cupid. This, with this doll, is the only time I did collecting right. I've always known how to do collecting because my uncle was a toy collector. You buy 3. You buy 1 to keep in the box, 1 to actually play with, and 1 to display like an adult collector would. So she's not perfect because she gets played with. And honestly, of all of the Monster High dolls to successfully do the collecting investment thing with, this was the one to do it. So I'm really happy that I have her in my collection permanently, but also could liquidate my other 2 for a hefty amount. This doll was the first time that Mattel ever reused a face sculpt for a different character. This is originally Gulia's face. It is no longer the only time because the Monster High Collector series, as they are now based on existing horror properties, reuse existing Monster High faces. As we know, Lydia Dietz is Vandala, and the Shining Twins are Twyla. So, I really love this doll. I didn't, do the collecting thing properly so much for the money in it, but because I really love this doll and it's incredibly special to me that they took the zombie, Gulia, who most resembled me, like, back in the day. Like, crazy reflection of me, and then transformed her as I have also transformed into being a pink and sweet girl from the brainy, cold, calculating, scientific, dead inside person that I used to be. I love the details of this, but I mean, you look at it and it's kind of like, man, like, we get it. The hearts, the chain of hearts on the shoes is just fantastically inspired. I think it is deceptively a simple shoe, but then you look closer at it, and we have the bow and arrow feature here. The bow and arrow feature, oh my gosh, it's so hard to hold still. Here, that is a arrow holding her. Now this is really interesting that they did this, and I wish that this treatment was elsewhere, because there's a metallic, very bone paint wash to this sick, spinal, skeletal bone wing that clips onto her. And then the bow and arrow is again here. And of course, her little heart has seen better days. It just doesn't want to stand up, really. But yeah, that's one of my favorite dolls. I hope I never have to let go of my mint in box CA Cupid. She is the first edition, when the very first release, and I'm not sure what release my display out of box is. I assume that what I did, but I don't have them in front of me, is actually with the different releases of CA Cupid. There was a difference to the paint application. So with one release, the legs are black, and then the white is painted gradient, and then with another release, they are white, and the black is the painted gradient, and I'm just not sure what they are. I think this is one of the only times that we saw anything so intricate as this lace, almost stocking type of print just up the front of the leg. And then on the hands, later dolls had sculpted fishnets, but the paint detailing really is a more successful portrayal of that, and I'm glad that these are not sculpted. It is only paint to create her fishnet heart. Wouldn't that be a wicked tattoo? It'd be kind of a wicked tattoo. I think this is a lovely touch, the authentic Archer bracer. And back when she's old enough that face-ups of CA Cupid are usually very, very good, and she's no exception to that. Quality control was much higher in the early days of Monster High, and of course, you know, I've been collecting them since day one, so it's been kind of sad to watch the quality degrade. Again, we have the bow and arrow in the design on the dress. I really appreciate that they didn't try to make this a drippy overlay. It wouldn't have laid down properly, and I think that there were later dolls that had things kind of like that, and it just did not look as good. So, thank you for looking at my Cupid doll with me. Happy Valentine's Day. Love and light. Oh, it's hard to play with one hand. Hi, Vibers. Yes. Okay. If you dig my vibe, subscribe.